Lady LeLe, back with another video, and I'm back to bring you the latest edition of Car Talk with Lady LeLe. I know it's been a while, y'all, but things have been not busy, but stupid busy. And people say, what do you mean by stupid busy? That means it's been busy at all angles. It's been busy at work. It's been busy outside of work. It's just been busy, busy, busy. I'm hoping and praying things will slow down. Hopefully in the next few weeks they will, but other than that, it's been stupid busy. So let's get going. Just had like 3 topics I want to discuss today. You can't hold up the street, baby. Thank you. Park. If you want to watch it, get in the house, park. Okay, so first things first here. You all know that Jemele Hill, who is a correspondent for ESPN, she was suspended for 2 weeks due to postings on her social media. She, I guess, ESPN has a social media clause that their employees have to follow. And this was the second time she went outside of those guidelines. Here's my thing. I feel like people pick and choose this whole freedom of speech thing. Freedom of speech is appropriate here. It's not appropriate there. You do it here. And I feel like if we are the land of the free, then why is all these stipulations and regulations popping up now? So I also wonder if she was of another persuasion doing that, would she have been suspended? And I wonder, is it gonna happen again? Because remember, this is the second strike. So she has done this prior, but she was on a 2-week suspension. I can't remember if it was with or without pay. I can't remember that. As you all know, the NFL commissioner made a plea for the NFL players and coaches to just stand and be present through the national anthem. And as they continue with week 6, there's still a lot of players and teams that are still taking a knee or simply refusing to come out during this playing of the national anthem. So yeah, and then what's that? The guy who owns the Cowboys, remember he was saying he was gonna bench players, but isn't that illegal to force somebody? Because like I said, there's no rules that's written by law. There's no rules or written law that says you have to stand. And there's people that physically cannot stand through the so you just gonna drive like, oh my God. Lord, all you can do is just pray. Try not to curse, because YouTube been tripping a lot lately. You can't even say a little simple curse word. They flagging you, talking about putting you on monetized restrictions and all this stuff. So I've got to try to watch my mouth. But anyway, Nelly. You all heard in the news that Nelly had a young woman who attended his concert, a 21-year-old college student. You see, I'm trying to hold the camera while I come down these streets. 21-year-old college student had put out some accusations that he tried to rape her or sexually assault her on his tour bus while he was doing a concert in Washington. I want to say Washington State. So since then, those charges have been dropped. According to Nelly's officials, you know, these was false accusations. And then the lady said she just want to go back to college and live a normal life, because I guess she was receiving threats and all types of stuff and ridicule. But here's my thing. I'm like what Lady Nika said, who's a YouTuber. She said Nelly been in the game for many years. He's older. So Nelly knows what, not to put himself in situations that's gonna cause problems. And then, he Nelly. He could get pretty much any woman he wants. I mean, he done been with some of the most beautiful women. So, that's just not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So, since then, the accusations has been dropped. She's saying she didn't want any money. She don't want any problems. So, I don't know. Sometimes, I'm not blaming nobody, but women, we have to not put ourselves in situations to get caught up. Now, everybody said, well, Lisa, you can't say that. Women should be able to wear whatever they want, go wherever they want, and that's true. But there are certain things, common sense, y'all, that would tell you, like, I don't need to put myself in this situation. Like, going over a man's house. You don't need to put yourself in a situation because anything can happen. Anything can happen. It don't matter. You can't put nothing past nobody. So, if you're going over a man's house late at night, anything can happen. You got to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do. If you're not sure if something would take place or not, then you don't need to go over there. So that's my opinion about that. As I tell some of my college students, when it comes to sexual assault, date rape, and drugs and all this, you got to make smart decisions. You just can't put yourself out here in a certain light and then, expect things, in a more perfect world, we want everybody to respect one another, but it's creeps out there. It's male creeps, it's female creeps, it's stalkers and everything. So we just have to make sure that we put ourselves in keep ourselves in safe predicaments and safe environments at all times, especially when we by ourselves. We got to be extra careful. So that's that. And speaking of assault, you all know that LeLe got fired from the Great Escape Tour. She was serving as like the MC host and doing some stand-up comedian. Well, she did a recent show and she had some hecklers in the audience, and the hecklers got in her skin so bad that she told the one young lady that she hoped she, get raped by an Uber driver. Of course, Uber took offense to it and went to make a statement to say, we strive to work the have the best drivers with the best character and the best integrity as possible. By no means we support or condone anything that LeLe have said. So, they have taken to social media about that. And because of that, she got fired from the tour. And she went to social media. She gave us a little song and tap dance and a cry show. But LeLe, you got to have thick skin. As LaMel, one of the female comedians, was saying, she said, this is, comedy ain't easy, and you got to have tough skin because you're going to say some things that people don't like, and some people may not always find you funny. And I mean, that's their opinion. And I think, in other words, another thing I took from what a lot of comedians were saying, okay, LeLe name is out there, yes, because of the Housewives of Atlanta. But a lot of comedians have paid their dues to get where they're at, and I think they look at her some type of way because it's based off the popularity of the Housewives for LeLe. Anything that LeLe has done been based off her popularity. And, that's why they putting her back on the show, because a lot of people felt that LeLe made the show. I thought the show did okay without LeLe. But, some others feel they need to bring her drama back. And that's really what you're doing. You're bringing back drama. So, that's something, you got to, be humble. Sit down sometimes. You're not on the level of a Chris Rock. You're not on the level of a Steve Harvey or a Kevin Hart. You're not, I don't even, because I say you're on the level of LaMel or Leon Rogers of them. You're not at that level. You're just getting started, Nene, and people, because of your popularity, I think people are giving you a break. They're trying to, provide opportunities based on who you are. So, yeah, and then, she was talking about, I guess she did something where she cursed out Brielle, which is Kim Zolciak's daughter. And, Brielle and Nene was, Brielle looked at Nene like she was her auntie, for the most part. But then Nene come after her, and I didn't agree with that. But it was like when people when people come for Nene's kids, she's on the defense. But yet, and still she'll turn around and do the same thing. So I don't know. I know the show's getting ready to come back on November 5th. The new 10th season of Housewives of Atlanta is going to air. So we shall see. Because a lot of people say they want to see what Bravo is actually going to do in response to what she was doing. But yeah, you should never wish sexual assault on anybody, especially, with all this going on, there's already women terrified and scared to come out and reveal what happened to them, and being in the darkness about going on. It's just wrong. As women, we need to empower one another, and we just tear each other down and we clobber each other up, and it's just like, wow. Because you always hear a lot of women say, I don't do women, I don't have a lot of lady friends, I don't do chicks. And it's because it got to be some form of situation that happened that was like petty drama. So yeah, it's crazy. But I can't rock with that. That's something I don't. Sometimes I feel like people give Nene a hard time, but this time go around, I'm sorry, sister. Yeah. I can't condone what you did. Wishing rape on somebody. That's not cool at all. I can't rock with you on that one. I'm trying to think what else is going on. They got Love and Hip Hop Hollywood off. Oh Jesus. I think I'm just really over that type of stuff. I watch it, but I don't be hardcore watching it like I did when it first came out. I feel like it's just, drama. And then what's y'all thoughts on B2K coming back? I don't know. Do you all feel like Omarion's being selfish for not wanting to come back? And my thing is, can you relive B2K? Because they was really like the kiddie boy band, because when they came out, I was in college. So they're younger than me, so I don't know. But maybe come back, and then they wanted Ray J in there. I just feel like sometimes Ray J need to grow up. I feel like he is just immature, and he's probably a year younger than me. So I just need for him to grow up a little bit. So you got a wife now, you trying to start a family, you need to grow up and mature a little bit. So yeah, so that's all I got. Just something I've been thinking about lately is plans for the future, getting yourself on track financially. And I just been hearing a lot of stories about people who retire and have no plans, or really didn't set themselves up to retire. It's just they aged out of retirement. And it just really made me get back into, let me go back and start, doing my contributions to I have a 403B because I work in education, but it would be a 401k for those who work in corporate. But it just made me think, let me get back on with this stuff, because I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to retire, and if I do some work on the side, it's probably gonna be, just to have something to do and not in necessity. I have heard this lady was talking about, who just retired, Talking about she ain't been retired, what, a good year yet, and talking about she may have to go back to work because, and just to have some extra money come in, because it's kind of, you know, challenging to maintain her household at this moment. And it's like, wow, are we serious that you really got to go back to work and you just retired? So that just made me think, when I retire, I want to retire. If I do anything, it's going to be something for fun, like the referee stuff, or, you know, it's not going to be doing stuff because I got to. It's going to be more of, you know, doing just something because it's, you know, short-term fun and whatnot. But it just had me thinking, we have to really get our, you know, lives in order, houses in order. And, you know, it makes me think about, you know, do we have the 6 months if you lose your job? And I'm gonna honestly say, y'all, I don't have the 6 months worth of emergency fund if something was to happen. And that's sad. And that's what I'm really working to build up, because you never know. So, you know, I'll be honest and say I don't have the 6 months saved up. I don't. But that's something I want to work to have, you know, some stable, you know, firm money in the bank, and not just a little few measly crumbs. So that's something I'm definitely, you know, working on, getting rid of student loan debt. And so that's what I'm working on, you know, in terms of financially getting the house in order. But that's all I have. That's it. That's all. Stay tuned for more videos. I heard your cries. It was like, where is our car talk, Lady LeLe? You haven't did one since early October. I mean, it's still early in October, but they said you haven't really done one, and we want a car talk. So